to go in the national final, and they're standing on the fence here watching the concluding stages. Anthony Bear, first time, wins the Australian final. Fireworks on the infield. Second place to Brad McClure.
Ash Media's coverage of the Australian Street Stock title is proudly brought to you by Speedway Sedans Australia.
Jared Wilkinson is a non-starter. There must be another one somewhere because the 69 car, is it? There was, Darren Ward. There were 11 to run. So 9 left in the penultimate heat. Scott Purdy on the front row. The green lights come on, they're away and racing. Down into turn number 1. Oh, one car's gone right in the left-hand turn. And that's put the Mark Jennings in the fence. Yellow lights have come on. And we have ourselves a stoppage in heat number 47 of 48. Another car's gone to the inquiry bay, car 136 of Debbie Jones. Kieran Norman will be on the front row in this particular heat. Away and racing, that looks like a good dispatch. Kieran Norman from Western Australia and Scott Purdy from Victoria lead them out of turn 1 and 2. The first occasion, Ty Galley there in third place. The track really slickening off now, so it'll test man and machine. One driver's gone, the doctor on the outside, that's Kerry Weston. So move into the main straight to complete lap number 1. Sorry, Mark Jennings. Mark Jennings it was that went to High White and Handsome. He's moved into third place. So move out of turn number 2. The race leader is Scott Purdy. Coming underneath of Scott Purdy. So it gets very untidy further back, and one car has clobbered the wall. That's Des Birkin. And another 2 cars have spun out. Certainly was untidy in the back 4 cars. Des Birkin bounced off the concrete wall. Ty Galley's the car that's gone around. Out comes the cone. Coming to the main straight. Green lights come on in the penultimate heat of the Australian title. Purdy still out in front. Scott Purdy from Kieran Norman. Mark Jennings back in 4th place. It's the U-Ride entry of Darren Flatman as Des Birkin does a 360, keeps the car going. Oh, one around the outside is Ty Galley on Darren Flatman. Got super sideways. Atkinson had to take evasive action. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, it's Scott Purdy out in front by a couple of car lengths. Kieran Norman in 2nd place, Mark Jennings 3rd, and back to Darren Flatman. In another postcode is car 37, Daryl Atkinson, he's in 5th place. Daryl was severely inconvenienced by Ty Galley, who went sideways a couple of laps ago. And that's spread eagle the field, but out in front it's a race in 3. Still out in front, Scott Purdy. Right behind him is Kieran Norman. And the 117 of Mark Jennings. So Scott Purdy leads into turn 1. Kieran Norman trying to get underneath. Mark Jennings is making all the running on the outside. Ty Galley makes another mistake down there in turn 1. Out of turn 4 they come once again into the main straight. Kieran Norman under pressure from Mark Jennings in 117. Still Scott Purdy the race leader from Kieran Norman. Mark Jennings has given up the ghost, I think. He's dropped right back, and Darren Flatman might get into 3rd. Halfway home, 6 down and 6 to go. Scott Purdy still out in front from Kieran Norman from Western Australia. 3rd place now, Darren Flatman underneath of Mark Jennings. 5th place is that of Daryl Atkinson. And that's all that's left. And Ty Galley, sorry if we want to be technical, he's about to go a lap down though to Scott Purdy and Kieran Norman. Probably before this one's out, he's right off the pace. Back to Darren Flatman. 4th place is the 117 of Mark Jennings and Daryl Atkinson. And they are really like it's a marathon. They're tippy-toeing around, they're getting the staggers in the concluding stages. Scott Purdy still out in front. Kieran Norman in 2nd place, not making any impression at all. They're in the 19-second bracket. They're 2 seconds slower than last night, which gives you some sort of indication of the speed differential on the slick track. It's Purdy from Norman with 3 to go. Darren Flatman in 3rd place. A long way back to the other 3 cars. Atkinson, Jennings, and the last car running, Ty Galley. 2 to go in the penultimate heat. Scott Purdy leads Kieran Norman from Western Australia. Darren Flatman in 3rd place. 4th place is Atkinson. 5th place is Mark Jennings, and then Ty Galley. They're inside of the white flag. 1 to go. Kieran Norman has 1 to go to try and mow down Scott Purdy. This is where the action is. It's actually for the lead. Out at turn 2 and down the back straight the last time. I think Scott Purdy's done enough. Kieran Norman closes to a car length. Out at turn 4 the last time, and Scott Purdy will prevail by a car length over the fast finishing Kieran Norman. The margin was .178. 3rd place is Darren Flatman with half a panel missing. 4th place is Daryl Atkinson. They're coming in at long intervals. Ty Galley 5th. Mark Jennings 6th. No time for the race. The margin was .178. And the quick time was an 18.739 by Mark Jennings in car 117. But it's Scott Purdy, Kieran Norman and Darren Flatman in the penultimate heat.
Was there for Scott Purdy. Scott, it's taken your weekend, but welcome to Victory Lane.
Oh, this is wicked. This is wicked. I wouldn't be here without Darren from Mito Mechanical Service, without Dad. Sean from Tassie's helped me out a heap. Matt Atkinson telling me to keep cool. I just knew I had to keep it straight then, but yeah, thank you so much.
That was a nice race, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to say hi to Debbie and Lucy as well out in the crowd. Oh, this is wicked.
Clearly enjoying the moment, Scott Purdy, whose family has so much to do with his Redline Raceway facility.